Or some people may think that's a little
That was
harsh.
very hard.
Make it the nice part then.
Okay.
Come and tap in with the Jacksons. We living, we learning, we laughing. No capping, we all about action, 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 yeah. Jesus is our main attraction. We glorify him with our passions. No capping, we all about action, 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 yeah.
Tap in with the Jacksons.
Tap in with the Jacksons.
You know we about that action.
You know we about that action.
Tap in with the Jacksons.
Tap in with the Jacksons.
You know we about that action.
Welcome back.
To the Jacksons in action.
The Jacksons in action. And you know what?
We live and we learning and we laughing.
We living, we learning, and we laughing. For real. And you know what else? We ain't for everybody. We're going to get right into it. Y'all know I love to get right into
right
it.
in.
I may not be for you.
Ooh.
She may not be for you. We may not be for you. Because some of us are different. You know, she may be for you ladies. And I may be for some of you guys, and we might not be that for some of you others. Mm-hmm. And then we're together for different people at different units, but we ain't for everybody. What was you about to say, baby?
I don't even know. You just you took it there, and so I just rode along.
Let's go. We riding along. Come on, we ain't for everybody, man. For real. What made us want to do this episode, baby? What made us want to do this episode?
So, of course, our last episode was a bit controversial. In fact, we actually got a lot better.
It was really just one part that was controversial.
Yeah. But we posted that clip on social media. And honestly, we both were expecting to get a lot more flack for it. But we did still want to address the comments that we did get. We recognize that the topics that we discuss, the way we communicate,
might not be for everybody.
Yeah, might not be for everybody. It could even be a bit much for some people. Like, we are a little bit more on the edgy side. We like to keep things real. And there's a reason behind that, because one, that's how you were raised. So you can speak more on that here in a second. But I know for me, as I came into...
That's how I was raised. And then also, how I was raised. And then, we're also trying to do things for stuff that we didn't see growing up. So we're trying to be what we needed.
Yeah, that's true.
As kids growing up.
Exactly. And I know for me, like, I've been in situations and seasons of life where I really could have had somebody, or I really needed somebody to just be real with me about, like, the fact that what I was going through was normal, and nobody did. And that really bothered me enough to be like, okay, I'm going to start trying to keep things as real as possible. I think I've always kind of been like an open book. In high school, I used to always joke around about not having much of a filter, because I would just share stuff about myself. Mm-hmm. I guess nobody else would really share. But, like, as I've gotten older, like, I've seen the power in that, and how impactful that can be on other people's lives. And so because of that, because of who we are, because that is a deep value of ours, our podcast and this platform, the Jacksons in Action, is going to be that. We're going to keep things real about life. And we have... And
just us in general. This ain't just for the podcast either. This is real life. This
on
and off camera.
Yeah, you have a conversation with us. You can get the real.
For real.
And so, yeah, like, you're going to see us get snappy with each other because, hey, like, that's real life. We're a bit sassy with each other. Like, that's real life. We try not to hide too much, because ultimately, like, you never know when what you're going through or what you're dealing with is what somebody else needs to see, to be encouraged in where they're at, so they know
authenticity heals.
Yeah, authenticity heals.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, we just want to put it out there that, like, this is who we are. We're going to talk about real things. We're going to talk about marriage. We're going to talk about the ups and downs of marriage. We're going to, like, if you're not married just yet, we're going to talk about what you can expect, as well as what we believe you can do to prepare for marriage. We're going to talk about sex, because, hello, God created it. Like, he literally said, be fruitful and multiply.
Might do a whole series on sex.
Yeah.
later down the line.
Right. But, we're just going to talk about things that we feel are important. But at the same time, we are still going to show up as ourselves. He has his quirky little, like, humor that he thinks is so funny. And I have my amazing humor that I know is hilarious to everybody. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
Got a lot of laughs there.
Right. Anyways, but yeah, we're just showing up as ourselves and trying to be as authentic as possible. Because there's a lot of young people out here. There's a lot of people in their 20s and 30s, and shoot, maybe even some college age kids, or hopefully not any
older, younger.
Yeah, older, younger.
Teenagers to people in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Like, here's the real deal. People like, for real, there's somebody for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like they say in relationships, there's somebody, and that's the same thing that goes with any relationships, not just friendships. I mean, not just relationships, but friendships, as far as your audience, all that. There's people for everybody. And you're not called to reach the whole world. I feel like that's not even biblical, just reaching the whole world,
No, because we're the body of Christ.
Right.
That's one of the things I was going to say. Is like,
good.
We are the body of Christ. And so everybody, or every body part has a purpose and has a function.
That's good.
Every body part doesn't touch or handle the same thing. They're not all in the same field. Like, we have movement, we have organs and things that deal with oxygen and things that deal with blood flow and like digestion and like immunity. Like, there's so many different things.
Or even just not even talking about the insides, the parts. You got the hand, you got the heads, you got the eyes, you got the feet.
Yeah.
All of them can't do the same thing.
Exactly.
If our eyes were doing what our nose did, and when we had 3 noses?
That'd be weird.
It'd be weird, all right? And so, like, we got to realize that, man, like, we are called to a certain audience, and that may or may not be you. And either way it goes, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, it's okay. There's somebody out there. Trust me. We live in a world of, everybody and their mama got YouTubes and podcasts and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You can even just look up, even in the Christian world, I've seen the extremes of the super, super duper religious Christians. They're going to give you nothing but Bible and awesome. We believe in the Bible. We want the Bible, of course, or they're going to just, really condemn and just overly religious. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Overly religious. Like, oh, this is wrong. Oh, you out of line for that. Then you got yours that's like new to the faith. Then you got the in between. I promise you, there's a range for all of it, But we know that we're called to reach that audience of people that are looking for, okay, who gonna show me the good, bad, and ugly? Because there's so many people that's just showing you, they just showing you the good, the highlight reel.
Hey, I'm dealing with life and I'm tired of everybody just showing me their highlight reel. Like you said, like, is there anybody who can make me feel a little bit better about myself? Like,
facts.
Is anybody else dealing with this?
Right. And make me feel like we're not alone. Like, I'm trying to think, it was a certain instance. I don't know if it was a podcast we did or we were just sharing with some friends that about just like an ugly fight that we got in or something like that. And another couple was like, or maybe it was, I was talking to somebody on the phone and I was just telling them about a rough time I was going through. And it was like, bruh, I'm going through the same thing. I'm thinking I'm the only one going through this in my marriage, and stuff like that. And it heals, And so that's what we're here to do. We're here to like walk alongside people and let them know like, hey, it's okay to not have it all together. All right, because we're all on this process and on this journey.
We're perfectly in process.
Facts, perfectly in process. I love that. And, with us not being for everybody, that's not giving us the license, or that's not our hearts to be like, oh, I'm going to just wild out to the max. I'm going to just say and do everything to just get on people's nerves, because I know this will trigger somebody. No, that is not our heart. Even with the post that we did, that was not our heart to trigger anybody, Right. Some people messaged us and was like, this triggered me, and we're sorry. We apologize. That was not our intentions to hurt or trigger anybody. But that's crazy because I was just having a conversation with somebody about this, who they have a podcast as well. And we were just talking about just topics, and we were just discussing like, it's not our job to be like, oh man, we can't say this because man, we got these people that's like, to do that for every single thing that we talked about, that's just not real. Yeah. Like, that's not, anytime you open your mouth, whether you're doing people say this in life, like whether you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, somebody always gonna be talking, or somebody always not gonna like what you're doing or not like. And so we can't pick and choose like, oh man, we got this, we gotta watch this because, oh man, this person ain't fully healed.
I do want to kind of put a little disclaimer out there because I feel like it's one of those things that you have to do. We do still walk in wisdom. We do still pray before every episode.
Most definitely.
I just want to put it out there. Because, like, how would you guys know? You would have no way of knowing. We do pray before every episode. And like he said, it's not our heart to hurt anybody. It's not our intentions. And we try hard not to walk in here blindly or being just reckless with our words.
Right.
And so we do recognize the power our words have, and we do recognize the power of the platform that we have. But at the same time, we recognize who we're trying to reach.
Right.
And so because of that, we're not for everybody. We're trying to reach, like he said, two groups of people. People who are like young people who maybe are living a similar lifestyle as us, are saved, maybe they're married, or maybe they're not married, but they want to be married one day, or maybe they're in a relationship and it's getting serious, et cetera, and just needing some guidance or needing just help or wanting to see that, like,
how other people do it.
How other people are doing it, or that they're not alone, like you said.
Right.
But then on the flip side, like, our heart is also to reach and show people who maybe are teetering on the fence, or people who at one point were living this lifestyle but then fell away because they just couldn't ever find somebody to relate to, or maybe they felt too messed up for God to be able to save. We hope that our realness and our authenticity will show them that you're not too messed up for Jesus.
Right.
And sometimes people look at us and they're like, man, y'all look so just great. Y'all look happy all the time. Y'all just have your assumptions of us, right? But like, our goal with this podcast is to be able to show you that, like, no, like, we still struggle with things just like you.
Right.
Because honestly, I'm just tired of like seeing people on the internet and feeling like they're on some God level of like perfection when that's not the case.
Right.
Like,
people are running away from that. Like
yeah.
I've said, there's so many people that's running away because that's all they see.
Yeah. And honestly, like, we as people have a problem with worshiping celebrities, whether if it's like in the pop world or even in the Christian world, whether if it's a pastor or a worship leader or this, that, and the third. We put these people on these godly levels, these godly pedestals, and expect them to be absolutely perfect. And the reality is they're not. They're just regular human beings that the Lord has blessed them with, and honestly, half the time, it's questionable whether or not it's even a blessing to be on that level of a platform, because yet this whole world expects them to be like God.
Right.
And they're not. They're just regular people who have a gift and a talent. And so we hope with our platform to always keep things real, try to be as authentic as possible, so that whatever platform that the Lord gives us, whatever size that he grows it to, that whoever looks at us on that platform can see just real people and not some crazy godlike celebrity, but actually gets inspired that, like, there's nothing wrong with your journey.
Right.
God's just perfecting you. He's healing you. He's shaping you. Like, you're in the process. Like, he's got you in the process. So again, we're not condoning, we're not agreeing with sin. We're not agreeing with a sinful lifestyle, but what we're saying is, like, it's okay to be perfectly in process. God's hand is still on you if everything is not perfect, if you're not completely perfect.
No, that's good. And another disclaimer, we are not pastors.
Yeah.
Nor are we claiming to be,
Nope.
like, so I think that's something that people blur, like what my wife was saying, even with like different creatives, like worship leaders or music artists, or, just a Christian creative, like they hold them to the standard of a pastor, know, and like there's levels to it. It's different. Like, it's even, in the Bible talks about gifts and the different, people, some people call it to teach, some people call it to preach, some people call it to evangelize, I don't know all of them like off the top of my head, but it's like we were talking about with the body. Everybody got different parts. Yeah. And so there's a different responsibility of a pastor. We're not saying that we're pastors ever. And never have you ever heard us say that. And if God called us to that one day, then it's got to be God, because I don't want to be a pastor. But the things will be a little different. But like that's not our calling. We're both our audience is also, we're both Christian. Of course, y'all already know we're married and all that. So we talk a lot about relationships. But we also just talk about our lives as creatives. As entrepreneurs. My wife is a dancer. She has her own business. She's a mom. There's so many layers to us as individuals outside of our marriage. We come together and we talk about those things as well. So we want to talk about those things and help people see the journey upon that. Like we said that from our very first episode. Like, we're starting from the bottom and we're taking you along the journey with us, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, even those that have been with us, it's some people that's been with us from the beginning, just see the growth, see where we've grown in our marriage and see where we've just grown in life, and it's crazy because that clip we posted that, got all that attention and stuff. We weren't, the post wasn't even, what the post was about, the episode wasn't even about that, but it's just crazy. Like when you watch the full episode, that was us working through an argument, a disagreement, us getting on each other's nerves, and if you would see us from some years ago, it would have took us days.
That just goes back to like how we want to show up on this platform.
Right.
Is just as authentically as possible. So you guys literally get to see our progress and our process.
Even in this episode, we showing y'all the real deal. Like, man, we up at 1:30.
It's probably almost 2 now.
Yeah, it's probably almost 2 now. And we tired, but we're like, we still want to show up. We still want to do this. We would have been more energized, but in the middle of, we try to do 2 episodes now. And in the middle of doing one, our baby girl woke up.
For like 30, 45 minutes. It was so abnormal.
Maybe close to an hour.
Yeah, it was very abnormal.
Yeah, and so we were doing that. And we just showing y'all the journey, man. Just showing y'all the journey. And that's our audience. Like people that want to see the journey, want to see authenticity, and we always going to point it back to Jesus, man, because it's no other reason that we're here, no other reason we're together, no other reason we're doing what we're doing, man. So we going to give y'all Jesus, but we're going to give y'all Jesus in the way that God gives us. And that's the last thing I want to say. My wife said this a little earlier, but we do pray before every podcast. We come together and, we talk about what we're going to talk about and discuss and all that. And, even with the posts we make, we talk and make sure each other cool with it and stuff like that. And here's 2 things, God convicts us when we do stuff wrong. God, my wife can tell you stories where, she got mad and, God told her this. And same thing with me. I got mad and God told me, I need to go apologize immediately or I need to do this. Like, God convicts us, and then also we check with things, we check in with each other about different things. Yeah. So if God has not convicted us that this is wrong, that we shouldn't be doing it, and if neither one of us have a problem with it,
then we also have people in our lives too.
Yeah, we also got mentors and family and friends that, we listen to and we go to for their wisdom, of course, but at the end of the day, it's Jesus. That's the one we all answer to, Jesus and each other, And so like me as a man in my everyday decisions, if it's what God told me to do, if God ain't convicted me that this is wrong and my wife don't have a problem with it, then I'm sorry. If you got a problem with it, I'm sorry, but that's you. You got to heal. Like for real, that's the way I live my life. Some people may think that's a little harsh.
Very harsh.
No, but it's the truth though. It is harsh, but it's the truth.
And then this is where the balance
make it the nice part then.
Okay, if you have a problem with it, then we might not be the platform for you.
For sure.
Because at the end of the day, we do want to be sensitive to the fact of like, there are different traumas out there. No, and that's hard to work through.
Most
and
definitely.
Just because something was triggering to you doesn't mean that you're not working through it.
Yeah.
And nor does it mean that you haven't worked through it, because we understand that triggers can reoccur randomly sometimes.
Right.
And so we just want to put it out there, like, if you've seen our style, we're very raw, we're very edgy, like, you're very out there. He's going to say what he means and mean what he say. He's going to do what he thinks.
If I'm wrong, I will come back and apologize. So let me apologize now. if anybody's offended, I'm not trying to offend you.
Why don't you say if you hurt anybody?
Oh, yes. If I hurt anybody, let me apologize now. If I hurt anybody, if we hurt anybody, like we sincerely apologize.
Yeah.
You know, we're not here. We're not getting on this platform to hurt people. That is not our mission. We are the Jacksons in action. We living, we learning, and we laughing.
Keyword,
all right. So
we're
we showing,
learning.
so we showing y'all how we learn. We trying to give y'all some laughs.
We're also not trying to be insensitive either.
Right.
And
That's
we
never
hope,
the
we hope we don't
case.
come across that way.
Yeah. So yes, we care. We care. Like, if y'all know me and my wife, we love for real. That's the reason why God gave us the name Love Driven. Like, you know, this is, my wife was getting on me how with this. I need to change my shirt. But, you know, that's the audience that we're trying to build. You know, like people that are genuinely love driven.
And
you
we're
know,
trying
like show
to
you that real
encourage
love.
it as well.
Yes, and trying to encourage it. You know, and so like y'all know, like we love people. We love people. So we're not here to make everybody mad and, you know, try to get on people's nerves. No.
But on that note, we may end up losing people from this
Right.
video. And we want to say that it's okay. Like, if the topics that we're going to be discussing, if it's a little bit too much, if our style just rubs you the wrong way, if things that we've said have been triggering,
We still love you.
Yeah, we love you. And it's okay if you're not able to watch our podcast. We can still be friends in real life and you not watch our podcast. That's okay. And as gently and with as much love as possible, you may not be our audience. And that's okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, we just wanted to come on here and just address that topic and address the concerns. And I also, I just feel like I need to put it out here. One last thing. We've had a few different people comment on, well, what if kids see this? Or what if like a teenager sees this? And I don't know, I just really feel like I need to put it out there. Here's the deal. With the internet, y'all.
Your kids have seen way worse already. I probably
most likely,
100% guarantee it.
Like if they have access to YouTube, social media, like unless you just really I've heard stuff about teenagers being able to use the Bible app to like send inappropriate stuff back and forth to each other.
That's crazy.
I don't even know how. It beats me. Yes, but the moral of the story is like, with the world that we live in, like we hope that a kid would stumble across our content rather than somebody else's content and learn from two Christian people who genuinely value marriage and value the things that God had, the things of God, really, and hopefully learn about things like sex and marriage and relationships from a little bit healthier, I would like to think,
for sure,
platform than some of the other platforms that are out there. So because people have brought that up, that's our perspective on that, is like, this is real life. And a lot of kids in regards to teenagers, I'm going to say teenagers and preteens. Most kids and preteens these days have heard, learned, or seen some kind of thing. Or are active.
Let's be real.
Or know people who are. Right. And so it's one of those things that needs to be talked about. It has to be talked about. We can't keep on dancing around this topic and just saying, don't do it.
Right.
You can't keep on doing that. Like it's everywhere. Everything is being sexualized. And our young people need leaders and adults in their lives who can talk to them about the truth in regards to, I'm just gonna say life, because it's not even just sex.
For sure, just life.
But just life in general.
So that's just putting it out there, like, just to be clear. I mean, my wife just said this, but just to even make it more clear to you, our podcast, when it comes down to mind, we're not making this for kids.
No,
we're not making this for teenagers.
No, we're not.
We're making this for a lot of people that are in similar, like my wife said, in similar seasons with us. Young and married, want to get married, young creative, Christian creative, young adults, 20s to 40s, really. That's our target audience. All right. That is our target audience. If you don't fall within those categories, then we probably won't be it, for you, and,
I mean, that's cool.
It's okay. It's okay. We still love you. either way. Like, we can go on and on about that, like how, you know, we all love different things that other people might not like. My wife liked to listen to different podcasts and stuff that I don't listen to.
Yeah.
I listen to different podcasts and stuff that my wife don't listen to, you know, and that's okay. You know, and so we just want to let y'all know the main thing. All right, what we say in our theme song every time. We living, we learning, we laughing, man. And you already know, you know, like we live and love driven. You already know we loving, you know. And so, yeah, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate each and every last one of y'all. You know, we don't do this for the numbers. We don't do this for clout. You know, we do what God put on our heart, and we just living it out. We just growing.
Well, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in for another video. Before you click off the screen, please let us know if you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you did. Drop a comment. Share your thoughts. We love hearing your feedback. So be sure to share your thoughts. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? Are you one of our target audience members? Or are you about to peace out? Let us know in the comments. I don't know if I want to know that.
It's okay.
And then last but not least, be sure to share this with somebody who you think could benefit from our channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification because we're coming to you every 2 weeks.
For sure.
And what's the last thing I need to do?
Love driven.
Hey.
All right. We love y'all. Peace.
Bye.